Okay, it is great. My name is Eric Salazar. We're gonna officially get to start a meeting, explaining and apologizing. We had a broken link for the other Zoom meeting on the masterclass. As possibly you know, my name is Eric Salazar. I'm 48 years old, and I started traveling around Central America when I was 17. I was working, about to graduate in biology, but also traveling and working on the traveling business. So little by little, collected all these little pieces of Costa Rica together. And now I'm specialized in the sales portion of our company, Travel XM. That stands for Travel Experience Management. We are actually a very recognized DMC in Costa Rica. Possibly you never heard about us, but it's because, of course, we've been pretty new in the travel agent community. We normally used to sell by just domestically and also through other sources of direct consumers. Okay, so what we do is that basically as a DMC, we manage 11 different destinations of Costa Rica, and we provide 103 different tours with different suppliers and tour companies that we work and we've been working on in the last 9 years. Since a couple of years ago, we've been implementing a new way of. Can you please mute, please, oh yeah, there you go, your devices. In the last years, we've been implementing mostly what is the concept of traveling to Costa Rica. I know everyone knows about the traveling business in this room, but of course, Costa Rica has something very special. There's many different aspects of the country that becomes one of the top destinations for travelers: safety, beauty, landscape, how easy it is to get going from place to place, and how easy it is to find an excellent infrastructure. And at our DMC, Costa Rica Travel Exam, we also want to get all your clients and travelers immersed into a world of new adventure and learning every day. Um, Even if it's just a land transfer from the airport to your hotel, we want the clients to feel embraced with our empathy and our hospitality. And of course, you know that our saying is pura vida. It means that everything is pure life. It's safe to travel in Costa Rica. So in this masterclass, that's going to be approximately 35 minutes, as I'm a speaker right now, and I want to open a session of QA at the end. We're going to touch the points that we actually put in the agenda, which is basically increasing your knowledge and getting your updates in terms of traveling destinations of Costa Rica and activities and itineraries of Costa Rica, and how easy and safe it is to travel around Costa Rica. So at the very end, I will open the session of QA so that I can hear your questions. We actually thank you for joining. We have here our director, Suman Gumbudala, who got married in Costa Rica a few years ago. Suman, you want to say hello before I get going?
Sure, sure. Hey, everyone. Yeah, very nice to meet you. And sorry again for the technical challenge we had. I'll just take a couple of minutes to introduce myself. So we have TravelXM in two locations. One is in Ohio. We have an office in Columbus, Ohio, and then another one is in Costa Rica. So I moved to the States in 2008, right? So I moved to India, States, and how come I started a company in Costa Rica? So I used to do a lot of backpacking. Like I backpacked myself around 40 countries. And this was like 8 years ago. I met Marilu, who is the other co-founder. So during that trip, and then we stayed in touch, right? After that, I made multiple trips, and Marilu also helped me plan a beautiful trip. Like I proposed to my wife there in Costa Rica. My wife, Sarah, she's from Indiana, and hey, Angie, hello from Ohio. Yeah, so yeah, I proposed there in 2018. Then I got uh, we were supposed to get married in San Diego, but during COVID, it didn't happen. We eloped in Hawaii and got married. Then during COVID, that's where Marilu was she's been in the travel industry for a while. She wanted to start something. I wanted to do something. So yeah, that's how we started the company in 2020. So it's been about 4 years. Yeah, right to you, Eric.
Excellent, thank you. As per myself, I was born with the genetics of traveling since my family never stayed in one place. My father was born in Brazil. I was born in Costa Rica. My mother is actually from Spanish origin. Costa Rica's from Central Valley. And here we go. I was specialized and not only in a major in biology, but also in the traveling, where we have a special institution in Costa Rica that is dedicated to give opportunities to people to learn language and also to learn about the travel industry. We have 25 years of experience countrywide. Um, so I started traveling from an early age. Let's get started. Um, exactly, we have a fam trip. I'll let you know at the very end because that's, like the dessert is for the end. Um, what do you know about Costa Rica? Well, basically, it's a country with coffee. Do you know about that? Okay. I will thank you, please, if you can mute your phones, your devices, please, so it won't interfere in the speech that I'm doing right now. Thank you so much. Helen, can you mute your phone or your device?
Oh,
Thank you so
yes.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay, this slide is showing that Costa Rica is known by having uh, great coffee, rainforest, sloths, and many people says, I want to see the rainforest. So these four things are actually iconic to Costa Rica, but it's further than that. It's more intense and deeper. As a small country, third smallest country in Central America, this country is about the size of West Virginia or about Lake Michigan, for you to have a comparison. But in 38,000 square miles, we embrace or enclose a 6% of the planet's biodiversity. So imagine what is to travel in such a small area. If you see the map in this slide, you see the Caribbean Sea on the right, and you see the Pacific Ocean on the left down. So it will take you. You can actually have a cup of coffee at sunrise in the Caribbean beach, drive 3 hours, sit by a volcano, have your lunch, and drive another 3 hours the same day, wait for the sunset with the piña colada in your hand. So you can do that within a 6 hour drive from Caribbean coast to Pacific Ocean. Well, basically, if you were in a rush, but there's so much to see around the country. There's so many, as I was telling at the beginning, 11 different touristic destinations or regions and 104 tours that you can do, at least with TravelXM DMC, more than 20 years of experience. We actually embrace the whole country's spirit for your clients. Costa Rica has a solid standing democracy, one of the oldest democracies in Latin America. And we have no army since 1948. So remember that all the money invested in army, I don't know how much of your taxes right there in the US goes to the military. I'm not going to fight against the military. I'm not going to start Third World War right here. But what I would like to say is that Costa Rica invested quite an amount, about 17% of the GDP back then in 1940s, coffee exportation. I was quite of an elite of coffee growers, people, wealthy people exporting coffee to Europe. So just imagine how was it there? The economy was boosting because of the coffee exportations, and 17% of the GDP was dedicated to the military. It was make no sense
Yeah,
since we did not
that was,
have any
yeah,
kind of
371. Yeah.
conflicts,
There's no one
any
here.
conflicts with anybody. Can you
There's no
please
one here.
mute your device? Thank you. Mute your device. Thank you so much. So it won't interfere with my speech. Um, so all the money that was wrongly, to my concept as a Costa Rican, invested for military was dedicated to education and healthcare. The country started building schools. The government started establishing an educational system in the 40s, establishing the first university in 1944, Universidad de Santo Tomás, and started building universities and schools everywhere in every corner of Costa Rica. Today, 99.9% of the citizens of Costa Rica has availability to free compulsory education and mandatory education for all the primary levels. Okay, we also have a very great scheme of scholarships for education and also healthcare. We have socialized healthcare, but also we do have something amazing is that every single village of Costa Rica In less than 20 kilometers of distance or 15 miles of distance, you will find a small medical center where you can treat illnesses. Costa Rica was the first Latin America country that eradicated malaria. Okay, so that's something that tells a lot about the country. The abundance of the environmental world leader. We have a competitive environmental laws that are implicated in all of the development of the country. The abundance of flora and fauna is nothing to miss. You possibly are going to see documentaries about National Geographic, about here and there, about Costa Rica in general. Also, every place you go, you just can drink the water from the faucet, from tap. It's 99.2% of the country's territory is provided with electricity and internet, mobile service, 5G now, and all of that, right? We are happy, friendly people. We grew up in a society, on a generation with no army. So just imagine how people feel about freedom, freedom of choice also. And the freedom of education is really good in the country. 98.7% of literacy for 5.5 million inhabitants. 78% of the high school graduates will come with a B1 level of English. Myself, never been to an English speaking country. So I learned from my high school grammar and, be compulsory in learning more and more. Of course, we have a lot of influences like TV, books, and now the internet opens boundaries to that. We have top luxury infrastructure for travelers. Travel Exempt does not only dedicate to family vacations, to sports, adrenaline, educational tours, but also we are actually coming into the mode of the luxury infrastructure for travelers. We managed to have fishing trips and villas, renting luxury homes, etc. So we are right into that mode as well. So the politics, the safety and legal procedures, and very educated labor as well. So Costa Rica by National Geographic dedicated to be one of the, make a study in the country. Dan Buettner said that Costa Rica has one of the 5 blue zones in the world. People live 10 years longer than everywhere else in the planet. So this is one of the blue zones in planet Earth in Nicoya, Costa Rica. Social Progress Imperative data and also the Wellbeing Economy Alliance place Costa Rica as one of the happiest countries. As you can say in here in this 2022 data count, Costa Rica ranks in number 37 out of 142 countries. So with an 80.65% ranking, it's actually beating up some of the first world country. And this is because it's actually located in the tier 2 as well, in the tier 2 of country ranking. This is also based mostly in opportunity level, equality, human needs, prospectation of life expectation, higher education, sanitation, environmental capability of providing education as well, employment rate with only 9% of unemployment in Costa Rica compared to many of the Latin American countries. So you must imagine how much opportunity there is here. We have 12% of the inhabitants are immigrants from Nicaragua, Panama, Colombia, for example. So this is just numbers. I wanted to express also that our company itself contributes to also the well-being of the individuals and the companies and the fair trading that we do, also managing having all of our suppliers being fair trade with their employees, hotels, restaurants, owners of property, tour operators, etc. So we want to make and immerse people into the concept of they being family for us as well. This is actually what our headquarters are, right? What the Suman is located in Columbus, Ohio. All of the financial assets, anything that has to do with the deposits of funding for your trips, for your clients are managed within the United States. So right at the Columbus, Ohio office where Suman and team are located. And of course, we have our 2 offices here in Costa Rica for operations, sales departments as well. Wanted to also present here a short 1.5-minute video that was created by the Costa Rican Tourism Bureau and is about the environmental opportunity in Costa Rica. So please, hope that you can hear this one. Are you capable to hear the audio?
No, there's no sound.
Okay, basically, I'm gonna be explaining a little bit in the next couple of slides. What is it related to the concepts that we have for the different itineraries that we prepare? We actually are an open a la carte menu for any of the travel agents. We have been working with several travel agents that are requesting us to have multiple itineraries. Let's say 6 members traveling as a group. 3 of them want to do fishing, 3 of them want to just do relaxing in the hot springs and having some adventure activities. So we've been capable to do like anything you will think or have in mind for your travelers. We manage everything from a 0 point to request on essential things related to the context of the traveling. We have family, leisure travel, luxury travel, intimate cultural travel, educational trips, corporate business as well, engagement for entrepreneurship, and also retreats, incentive travel, but also adrenaline trips. FITs is our strongest because we have mix of luxury and also FIT family vacations as well. So right here, let me explain a little bit. Of course, in the corporate traveling business, Suman is very well experienced into that field. Our sister company, Block TXM, also manages staffing, AI, and many things related to corporations and meetings and retreats in Costa Rica. So we've been capable to manage a lot of volume of people traveling together for lectures, for specific lectures and things like that, but also having on the side, go rafting, go ziplining, canoeing, kayaking, visiting the rainforest, suspension bridges, volcano visits daily. So exactly. Besides that, another category that we love is the leisure luxury travel. It is something that is boosting in Costa Rica quite big time. We do have the infrastructure and also the consolidated thematic that Costa Rica as a destination, not only for rainforest, also for those looking for a pleasure and of course luxury in all means. Possibly, exactly the Barcelona lines, the Marriotts of Envoys, the Planet Hollywoods, and all of these hotels and multi-line hotels are present in Costa Rica. But something that is really strong in here that we've seen in the last 4 months is people looking to rent a luxury property on the ocean or close to the ocean. And we have been able to cope with the managing more than 60 properties all around Costa Rica of the scale of luxury plus 5 stars. So this is something that we are very happy now implementing in this year, 2024. And we've been collecting and servicing luxury travel as well. Besides luxury travel, of course, adrenaline trips, people that go crazy, they cannot stay in one place. They want to do rafting in the morning, they want to jump in the rappelling in the afternoon. The next day, they want to be canoeing and kayaking and hiking. So we manage trips like that. I will put a couple of samples of adrenaline trips. We always immerse and try to involve the cultural aspects of Costa Rica into any trip. You will find anywhere you drive local villages, and we want also to make you participant of local activities that have to do with folklore, that have to do with the identity of Costa Ricans in general. Nature and ecology encounters, as well as science travel. This is something, a very big field, since Costa Rica holds a huge amount of biodiversity. Possibly, the National Institute of Biodiversity, the National Geographic Institute, and Smithsonian Institute, for example, they have been in Costa Rica doing all these researches as well as doing travel trips, combining this pleasure and ecology and nature as well. Coastal cruising, remember, Pacific coast is full of more than 120 beaches of different sizes and colors and shapes are a must. If you're actually willing to have your travelers visit the beach in Costa Rica. Best months of the year will be anything between November, December, all the way to June. I will consider those to be the less rainy months in Costa Rica. And I know that's going to be a question. When is the best time to travel to Costa Rica? We do have two seasons, the rainy season and the most rainy season. So the least rainy season will be from December to April. That's exactly when we get most of these trips, cruising, charters, yachts, fishing yachts of luxury top, etc. Outdoor ecology trips, as I was mentioning, but also Costa Rica is a huge location in the world for diving and snorkeling professionally, but not only that, also the high scale sailing for professional sailing and fishing tournaments, like for example, Pelagic and Great Taxidermy and all of these different companies that adjoin the Costa Rican marinas in order to be implementing world-class tournaments. Myself, I'm actually very exciting to go fishing on the ocean, 40 miles off the coast to catch marlins and sailfish as well. But normally within a one-day trip, you can get mahi-mahis and tunas and rooster fish, etc. So in case you find some fishing trips, we are the ones. We know exactly what is the field about. And that's one of the categories also for us. We worked and combined this with luxury stays for groups for fishing, and also luxury yachts for fishing as well. Besides that, the amazing diversity of beaches in Costa Rica is nothing to be missed, as well as the surfing spots in the country, with the ocean being warm 365 days a year. Safe places where to surf and safe places where to do all the water sports activity as well, not only surfing. Costa Rica is a land of volcanoes. We have 110 different volcanoes, but only 5 of them are active, like the ones you're seeing on the screen. The Arenal volcano on the left, and on the top, you see Irasu volcano and Poas volcano, one of the largest, widest craters of an active volcano in the planet. It's Poas volcano. So we always try to involve rainforest and volcanoes, admiring also not only the volcano itself that is active, but also something very special that everyone is looking for. What it comes from the volcano. It's the thermal mineral volcanic rivers. Rivers that are, just imagine Costa Rica's undergrounds, it's full of volcanic land, but also there's a lot of subterranean rivers. When they come up to the surface, touching one of the veins of the volcanoes, they collect by immersion, they collect also many of the minerals that are on Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and they just bring all those minerals absorb into this water. Not only the temperature that produces the osmosis exchange temperature effect, but also the minerals that are there are very good for soothing elements of our body, muscle sprains, scars, tissue, and also skin cleansing, as well as centralizing the nervous system back to place. Many people come to thermal mineral volcanic water, not only water, but also mud, for healing some kind of problematics, not only mental, but also corporal, for well-being in this case. And by the way, we have a sister company called Wellness XM, and we talk about that eventually. For that as well, thinking about wellness and therapy, their psychedelic retreats participation is something that we discovered just a couple years ago. People sometimes are trying to find solutions to their life conflicts, addictions, stress levels now are higher, are ranking the top in history of in mankind, right? So this is alternative also wellness as we combine for retreating and getting immersed into yourself, find yourself again. And we also are specializing our wellness traveling, mixing it with the regular leisure traveling, wellness, and psychedelic healing retreats. We use the Peruvian ayahuasca retreats in Costa Rica with many of the very well-known institutions such as Imiloa Institute, for example, and that I will mention eventually. We want to bring the original stuff to your clients. We want them to come into a family house and make a tortilla and drink it with carne and salsa, something like that, or picadillo, or try the local cuisine. Costa Rica is not does not have a lot of influence with Mexican food that you possibly heard and taste before, but Costa Rica has this mixtures of the native food as well as the Latin America combinations, contemporary European cuisine style as well. Of course, with the element of the corn, Costa Rica combines all these flavors and colors and fresh fruits, and the capability of having all this availability of fresh fruits and vegetables throughout the year. And so we have tropical weather, and that's actually something really, really important for us to produce different fruits and vegetables locally and help the economy when we're traveling, of course, as part of the fair trade that we want to be involved in as well. Besides that, let me show you the map of Costa Rica. Some of you are familiar with it. We're a small country. San Jose is our capital city. But besides San Jose, we have 6 other provinces, okay, located in the different regions of Costa Rica and the coastal part, and most of them touching some kind of international boundary, for example, on the North Nicaragua or on the South Panama. San Jose itself as a capital has a lot to offer in terms of history, museums, plazas, villas, and events. For example, we offer a combination of the coffee plantations as well within also the we had the other day a group staying in San Jose, and every day we will take them to a volcano here and there, for example. So San Jose, Alajuela, where the international airport is, Heredia, which actually touches the Nicaraguan border, Cartago in the central part of the country, Punta Arenas, which is the orange one that where we have many of the all-inclusives, as well as Guanacaste, and also Limon, which is the Caribbean province. I would just touch a couple of points in regards to each of those locations. For example, as I was mentioning, San Jose having all the cultural tours, the museums, the markets, the plazas, being also iconic to be surrounded by volcanoes. So what else is good to have a meeting, a corporate meeting for a group or a family in San Jose, and just arriving, they could just go to a volcano or to one of our central markets or one of our plazas and museums. Alajuela also is having the 3 most important volcanoes: Poás volcano, the greatest crater, Arenal volcano with the hot springs, and Barba volcano as well. And also the biggest lake in the country called Arenal Lake, where many of the adventure activities occur. This is between the big mountains of the rainforest all the way down to the lowlands of the north. So Alajuela has a lot to offer in the center north of the country, as well as then Heredia has for example, the national parks such as Braulio Carrillo National Park. Many of the rainforest activity happen also in Heredia. It's the province that has a lot to give also in terms of whitewater rafting. For example, there's 3 of the major rivers are located in Heredia. Cartago by itself used to be our capital city, and now it's mostly full with the archaeological sites, and also the Irazu volcano, the highest volcano in Costa Rica, just 11 feet above sea level, 11,000 feet above sea level. Besides that, Punta Arenas is the coastal province, the longest of all, goes from Panama to the center of the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, with a little tip of the peninsula de Nicoya. That's actually one of the most productive provinces of Costa Rica in terms of travelers and tourism in general. Besides that, Guanacaste has our 2nd international airport. So you know the international codes for airports in Costa Rica: SJO for San Jose. 72% of the international flights, arrivals, and departures happen in San Jose Airport, SJO. And 28% of the international flights, many direct flights also will go to LIR, called Liberia. Same name as the African country. So we have most of the luxury villas in Guanacaste, most of the most beautiful beaches in the country, all inclusives, as well as many of the natural wonders, for example, Miravalles and Tenorio volcanoes. Limon is actually the least developed province of Costa Rica, where you find mostly the sloths between Limon, Caribbean province, and the central mountains of the Arenal volcano. So Limon has also one of the major ports for many of the cruise ships to stop by. And it's only 1 hour away from where I am right now, the Limon port. By that, I would like to just present that we not only go as an a la carte menu, we also have programs such as educational tours and programs. We want to centralize the knowledge to educational context, mixing activity, outdoor activity with an educational context, language immersion trips, for example, or biology trips for students. Not only for students, this has worked for us also for many corporations and incentive travel to be in the educational context as well. I'm just showing here a little sample of what I'm talking about. Immersing activities such as ecological activities, adventure activities, and also some kind of hands-on to the culture of Costa Rica, taste, smell coffee, taste the tortillas, make with your hands your food in a local family context as well. So right here, one example, ecological tours in Costa Rica. We have many requests for people coming to bird watch in the country. We'll have as many birds as Mexico, United States, and Canada together. Many species, over 920 species. For example, this is one example of those programs that we have for ecological tours, 7 or 8 day. And of course, the adrenaline trips that we have are anywhere you go in Costa Rica, there is something outdoor to do. That's something great. There's never going to be a chance for you to feel like there's nothing to do. We actually are willing to have your clients, being accustomed to offer activities to go out of your hotels, of course, a structure, and be out there where the fun is as well. Programs like this are actually very well recognized, as well as the coast to coast experience. We want to bring people to get to know the Caribbean, the central part of Costa Rica, the volcanoes, the hot springs, but also some activities related to the Pacific side, and enjoy also the wildlife of the Pacific, the diversity. Between one region and another, there's a big contrasts and things that you live just with a little bus ride. 1 hour bus ride, you can actually get immersed into little towns and taste really what it is to be in Costa Rica. Out of this, the safety of Costa Rica is something to mention, okay? It is so important that your travelers are always gonna be feeling safe and being taken care of, 24-hour line by myself, by Marilu and our team, also in here. This is actually what I was mentioning with the Soltara Healing Center for mental health, psychedelic integration, plant medicine, holistic wellness, and spiritual growth. And we do have also some programs and offers in that field as well. You as travel agents, you'll hear many different requests of many different portions of traveling overseas, and this is one that we wanna involve people in. As I'm mentioning, also things about safety, Costa Rica has been one of the safest destinations of Latin America. We really take it seriously here in terms of becoming safe. Travel insurance is not mostly purchased. We may have by the end of this year a traveling insurance plan for our travel agents and your clients and your customers. But as per now, moving into getting yourself or your clients a traveling insurance plan, it will be good. Even we do have and provide in all different activities that I'm showing and browsing right here as I speak. In all different activities, we will involve some insurance, local insurance, in case events such as a sprained ankle or medical, taking care medically in case you need to. But we also, the best insurance is to prevent and mitigate any events to happen. That's actually what we want to put on. Any kind of the outdoor activities, for example, all the tour operators are in the obligation to offer a plan of mitigation of insurance, and we'll have also coverage of insurance in the outdoor activities. Also, anything that involves secondary risk, for example. We always try to do, and as we always do, we are responsible in making your travelers be there on the right place and not to be on the wrong place or wrong activity. Zip lining is something also that takes a lot of that portion of what is the travel insurance, and I can explain actually eventually what is the insurance plans that we get from our supporters and suppliers, for example. Browsing a little bit some of the activities that we do. Of course, I'm not going to show 104 different slides of the different tours that we operate. Just wanted to finalize by telling you that welcoming you to this masterclass. Also, we're going to be implementing a fam trip for travel agents and your relatives, adults, Okay, so let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen for just a moment and show you what is our next 2024 farm trip for travel agents going to be. Bear with me 1 second here. Also think about your questions because I'm going to be starting to ask you the questions for now. Let me show you what is 2024, November 24th to November 31st, okay? This is going to be what our travel agents farm trip is going to happen. We have one in August that is full now. It's 31 people already.
31.
We already
good.
have one. We already have one for 31 travelers, all travel agents. A couple of them brought their spouses that are also our travel agents. We consider your spouses, wives, or husbands travel agents. But of course, what we want to open here the opportunity is for you, a friend of you, or you, a relative of you, to travel along with you, but only for adults. There is two openings, 8 days, 7 nights in November 24th to 31st from February 8th to 15th. This one will combine not only, of course, will include transportation in a luxury bus for capacity for 55 people. Will include also all the hotels, 4 stars plus, the meals, the trip leader, sightseeing activities, outdoor activities, for example, and starting with your arrival, transfer to the first hotel, orientation meeting with your trip leader, and then depart to the volcano where the hot springs. You will have hot springs in your hotel, either of Los Lagos or a similar one. You will have also a coffee tour involved, an ox cart artisan tour on the way, etc. 2 nights in the location of the Arenal volcano, where there is activities such as hiking to the old lava rocks of 1968. We'll also have the coffee and chocolate tour, immersion in culture of the area of Arenal volcano as well. Then traveling to the highlands of Costa Rica, where tropical cloud forest is, to do a night tour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hour night tour to see the sleeping sloths and the sleeping toucans and the awakened frogs and nightlife in the cloud forest with a really nice accommodation in Montaña Monteverde Hotel. This is the Monteverde world-known cloud forest. You will see a lot of the different aspects and combinations of tropical rainforest and cloud forest as well. Enjoying some adventure activities such as zip line. We want you to really live it for you to explain what it is to your clients and sell more. But also, besides that, we want to go to the Central Pacific Coast where there is a hotel resort, with 2 beaches and a whole reserve around it, as well as we want to end up our fam trip on the 7th day with a sunset catamaran adventure in November and February with all inclusive right there. And we have a special gift for you at the very end for participation of this Travel Agents Fam Trip of 2024. I will send this same presentation of this fam trip to your emails, okay, if you allow me to. And also, just for thanking you on participating in this meeting masterclass, I want to express my profound thank you and also telling you that we will provide to you marketing materials such as flyers with your travel agency logos and your contacts. There's not going to be any travel exam on it. We will design and send you 4 different flyers branded with your logos and your contacts. So you can sell senior citizen traveling, adrenaline trips, family trips, or general context FITs, okay? So with this, I would like to end my presentation and of course, listen to you. Gonna go one by one. See if you have any questions, possibly you have already noted some of them on the chat. And we still have, how many minutes do we have, Suman, for our meeting right
Yeah,
here?
we have another like 45 minutes.
45
So,
minutes?
yeah,
Oh, we had
so
1 hour
we
and a
have,
half.
yeah, we have time. So yeah, we can
Excellent. I would like to hear. Let me end.
questions like anything, specific
You know,
specific interest for you guys, right? Like even anything on the corporate side, right? Wellness side. So yeah.
Wonderful. You know how to raise your hand on Zoom? Is there an option to raise your hand? Let me go ahead and see. Stephen, thank you for joining. This is like the fourth time you're on our lectures, right? Stephen from New York.
Yes, it is. How are you, Eric?
Yeah, you're very familiar now. Excellent. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
indeed. And
you
I
for
can't
joining.
wait to pop down there to
Yes.
Costa Rica.
I want to say hello to Mike Grundle. Thank you, Mike. You actually had a great experience hosting and taking care of the Williams, father and son. How was that experience for your clients? Any feedback?
Yeah, they had a good time. They caught some fish. They had an interesting experience on the way back. Thought they lost their passport. You remember that?
Yes.
Did they tell you about that?
Yes.
So
Oh my
he
God.
hid his passport in a place where he'd never put it before, and luckily they found it. So they
That's
made it
good.
back.
That's
But they
wonderful.
had a good,
Before we
and
get,
they spoke to the captain and told him that the fish, the time that they would like to be there is in January. So I'll probably be talking to you about bringing them back in January.
excellent. Yes, we have actually, they share a lot of pictures of the fish they caught. And of course, any of those pictures, we're going to, of course, share them with you as travel agents and give you a follow-up on everyday activities as well. And also, we have the social media waiting for this experience to be exposed and shared. Before I give the word, and thank you, Mike. And before I give the word to Heather and Greg, are you still here? How was your travelers' experience with the travel them?
Oh, they had a great time. They just couldn't be happier about it, how they were treated the whole trip and taken care of and just enjoyed themselves.
Wonderful. Greg is can actually you were one of the first who signed up for our fam trip in August. So I'll see you on the 5th of August. All
Yep,
right, Greg.
looking forward to
Wonderful.
it.
Yes. Okay. We have a question from Heather. Go ahead, Heather. Let us know if you're talking, Heather, because we can't hear you. I know you're unmuted, but we cannot hear you. Any second hand open?
Yeah, Eric, in the meanwhile, you can look at the chat. So the
There we go.
first question I have is from Angie. Is the FAM able to be done as a solo FAM
Yes.
trip?
Yes. The solo, we are not going to put you in room share. What we will do is that we'll just, in order for us, because this is going to be a net rate for travel agents, we basically want you to experience Costa Rica and we want to take care of you. It's not basically for our business. Our business is that you get enriched with being here and see how we operate. So there will be a different fee for solo travelers, a couple $100 or so for the whole trip instead of, being sharing with someone else. I see there's another question. Hope that answered the question. How we can get the fam trip in November? Of course, I'm going to send you a separate email with our brochure and program of the fam trip in November. And you can sign up directly by replying to the email. I'll give you all the instructions. And of course, it's going to be 3-4 months from now. So we need to take care of everything. We have it open right now. And we have just like 6 different participants and we can get to 25, 30. Exactly. So there's room. There's room. Let's see.
So the next one, Eric, is from Tanya. So what is the commission offered? So this I can go ahead and answer, right? So we are like a very good with the commissions, Tanya. Like we do a 15% commission, right? And what we also do is as soon as the trip is done, I mean, our agreements is like within 5 days after the trip complete, but we are very good with the payments. Like we try to do our best to even like pay like the next day of the trip or within 2 days, right? Like that is a metric we have also been looking at is we want to be really good with making payments and then How it works is I think when you guys signed up for the webinar, you might have also seen a link to fill up the travel agent form. So we look at if you belong to a host agency or a consortia, right? Like if you belong to a host agency, depending on whatever payment process they have, right? For some of them, we post checks, some we set up as bank deposits. So even our backend systems, right? Like, I mean, so in addition to travel company, we have two other companies. One is in the IT space and wellness space. So Travel XM is very well supported on the system side as well, like on the payments, CRM, like all those. And we try to do, we're still like, working on a lot of things, like, making improvements to make sure how not only your experience and experience for your clients is top class. So that's in addition to commissions, like another highlight of us is, yes, for attending this session, we are going to give you marketing material. But in addition to that, if you have any specific trips planned, so each trip, like our marketing team try to customize, and we also put your own brand on it, so that you have that help as well. Eric, if
Yes,
want to add anything
15%.
else?
Thank you, Suman. The 15%, as any regular DMCs paid, that's what we pay. 15% of the total paid amount from your travelers. Okay, of the total price of the trip. So as Suman said, we want you to be happy as well with us. If you're an independent seller of travel, we also send it to you directly if you actually coming on behalf of any of the host agencies, of course. I see other questions. Okay, the law and regulation in Costa Rica to feed the wildlife is very strict. And there's many people that are just driving, they rent a car and they're driving around the Arenal Lake and they stop and see a group of coati mundis, which are like wild raccoons. And they will come to the car because people have before threw some Cheetos or tortilla chips or not necessarily fruit. And so they say, okay, there is a tourist car, it's a rental car. I know the plate number, and they will go and try to get to you because you fit these animals. And the question that Richard is doing is that any of the tour suppliers that will let you feed a sloth, we as a responsible traveling company, we will not promote any of these animal feeding and kind of mostly like zoo type of things. We rather see you and show you a sloth where it is eating what it eats and that's on its habitat. There is a couple of places where we ensure you see 3 or 4 sloths, some of them up in the trees, some of them in the middle, some of them moving, most of them sleeping. But yes, we do not promote any kind of animal feeding, wildlife feeding at all. Active volcanoes, lava glow, no. There is not, certainly there is not an opportunity right now. It used to be in Arenal volcano, I'm sorry, 4 years ago, that even from your hotel, if it's clear night, you will see the lava glow from the Arenal. But Arenal is kind of behaving well. He's not doing any kind of fire. He's like a little dormant right now. But in the other volcanoes, we have stratovolcanoes. I don't know if you know what that means, meaning that they will actually have ash and steam eruptions, and if they are glowing at night, they will glow in the base of the crater in the bottom. Only the volcanologists, the specialist geologists, will see that with their special cameras, but we do not have in Costa Rica any tour where that can be seen. Yes, as a solo commission, yes, wonderful. I'm very glad you like it as you place it here. The wellness package is set up. Please send us an email because we actually can model a package according to what you are expecting. And this is something important. It's a one-stop shopping. We can manage anything. If you have customers that already booked your hotel, and we can actually help you with the transfers, the vans. We have all around the country vans. We have our own also operating vans, and also we can help you with just day tours. If you already have, send them to an all-inclusive. and you have arranged everything on regards, but you don't know what they want to do, we send you a whole offer, a brochure with open offer options for your clients, depending on where they are. And of course, that's commissioned for you. Any
Yeah.
open tour. So this answers the question right there.
Yeah, Eric, Tanya, like few things to add on the wellness packages, right? Like we have like a lot of different options. Like we can send you more material later, right? Like, but what we try to do is we are like a very customized, right? Like as Eric was mentioning, fit. Like I mean, that's where we specialize. So once we talk to you, your clients, right? Like we'll try to customize. And another piece which will be released as a product in couple of months is we are also like working with some wellness coaches, right? You'll not only have wellness activities, they'll also have an option where they can engage a wellness coach, right? So it's more um, like yoga retreats, like then it can, some people, especially around mental health, we are looking, seeing like a lot of interest in that area. And sometimes it's just forest bathing, right? Like things, there are options like that. And also around diet, like okay, once we are seeing more and more customers showing interest, like I mean they want to travel but they also want to eat healthy when they're traveling, and they're taking like a longer duration.
Exactly.
Yeah, Eric.
Sorry. That's a very good question. This is a new field. I'm pretty sure that the wellness retreats are quite common in many other regions of the planet, but Costa Rica has the capability of bringing all these natural habitats, all these, like there's no pollution of any kind, and we want people to get detox mentally and corporally as well. So working in these particular wellness retreats, it's so important and it's coming on vogue right now. So that's why I'm presenting a little bit in the background, a little bit of what happens in this specific wellness. For example, with Imiloa institution right here, which is our partner right in Costa Rica. Exactly. Just wanted to give you a little sneak peek on that. Let's see any other questions here. You see anybody wants to open his microphone and ask us a question.
Yeah, there's one more in the chat, Eric. Can you tell me what you offer for Christmas holiday travel?
Wow, considering that December, it's our high season, basically our higher season, because now Costa Rica just beat the over 3.7 million visitors a year. That's actually the moment when most of the world is trying to get away, mostly in the north, you're trying to get away from the snow or something, right? So this is when most of the travelers are looking for the higher season, the busier season. There's places in Costa Rica, they're packed, there's no rooms available. So it's important that we have a 6-month minimum planning ahead, for example. But for Christmas, between, let's say, November to April, June, it's when it becomes busier in between there. It's because weather is not as rainy across the country, and it also matches with the cold weather in the north. And so we have all these snowbirds flying down to Costa Rica, willing to have a tropical seashore on warm waters and suntan. You get back to the States all
Yeah,
tan and
even
say, where
me
were
and
you?
my family, we tried to escape out of Columbus and
Wow.
be in Costa Rica for Christmas.
Yes, by the way, I'm actually working on a quote, how it works. And that's not one of the questions that I think Stephanie was doing in receiving the advertising stuff. I will send the general email to all of you with a link that you can just join our CRM. By joining our CRM, you're actually in our system so that I can create on the travel agent form, you will put your logo, company logo, your information in general, so that we can put it in our flyers and send them to you on PDF or JPG mode so that you can distribute them. They're digital materials. They're not paper materials. They're digital, and they're provided to you exactly as we design. We have a designer actually here on the table with me. He's our marketing analyst, and he's actually seeing that we are going to have a lot of flyers to develop right now. So just reply to the email I'm going to send, fill out the form, be on our CRM, and then send me an email to that email address that I just sent in then on the chat, Eric, eric.salazar@travelxm.com. Everybody sends me a quote there, and within 48 hours, 72 hours, I will just respond with an itinerary proposal based on what is exactly they want to live. They want to see the leafcutter ants. They want to see the oro pendula bird. They want to see a sloth live. They want to experience the waterfalls. Anything that they just told you, you transport that to me, and I will be able to make an unbeatable itinerary for you that is actually so flexible that you can tell your customer and their travelers, no, they don't want that hotel, they want another one, because we will send them according to the category 4-star. They just want to leave it just like that. They don't want to spend too much time at the hotel. They want 3.5-star, 4-star, or they want a super 5+. So all of these details, you send them to that email directly, and I will work personally with my team in developing that within a timely manner. Exactly. Christmas is great. I'm actually working on a Christmas program right now for a couple of travelers, Diana, and I think it's Angie.
Yeah, one more point, Rick, to add on the material. Yeah, please let us know, right? Like if based on the speciality, like, if you guys specialize with honeymoons or family vacation, if you can let us know, we can send those material to you guys.
It is so important, Suman, to mention the dates of travel, prospect dates. They want to go sometime
that is
in
for the
November.
itinerary. I was also talking about for attending this event, we also promised them to give them some like marketing material, right? Like even that, I think, we just want to tell, like, we want to help you, like, we want to be seen as partners, right? Like, and in addition to that is anything we can do to make make customer experience better. Like, we are always looking for feedback, so we would be happy to help.
We just remodel our website. And so there's going to be a section on the website that is exclusively for travel agents. We're going to have it open soon, where actually that's going to be just a different like websites where we have our bonuses for travel agents, where actually you can even collect points as you send us travelers, and collective points for you to exchange in your next vacations or holidays to Costa Rica for you and your family. There's also newsletter. There's going to be an ebook available for you soon right there. So as soon as we have that ready and implemented into our website, of course, we're going to be emailing you from our sales team and our marketing department from travelxm.com. And yes, the starting point is this, exactly. Just follow up on the CRM travel agents form to fill up, and send me also that email address, your quotes or questions and suggestions. We will take care of that. Our team is very efficient. We want to have also a 24-hour conversation with your travelers. For example, Greg experienced that he had a question, the traveler had a question, and we were there on WhatsApp. We immediately respond to your WhatsApp messages, and we try to send you pictures of your travelers traveling, what they're doing, how are they having fun, and the activities they do as well. Any other question, please raise your hand or unmute. It's quite a lot of information, I know. We have, yes, the representation of many of the travel agencies here. First Travel Alliance, right? Cruise Brothers, Stephen, Prestige. We have cruise planners. We have outside agents. Also, Mike, well, you actually rule right there on the charter. On the chapter. What's the name of the SCAL? Is that what you're president of, Mike?
It's the Tampa Bay chapter of SCAL International.
Excellent.
Great
Very
organization.
Nice. Thank you. Yes, I was looking at that. I was researching a little bit because I exactly know that we all need to be seen as partners. So I want to see exactly the quality of the travel agents you are, and coming to us is a blessing. It's more than an opportunity for your clients to travel and be happy and be pura vida when they come here. So that's a 100% satisfaction guarantee program that we are actually immersed into, driven by excellence, and the product that we want to bring to your travelers as well. We actually get to know and inspect our suppliers, hotels, our vans, and everything properly, so that you all, next will be a reminder, please get to know where your passport is, right, Mike? It will save your passport in the reminding place, right? Exactly. All right, do we have any more questions, my friends? Stephanie?
Yes, can you give us your email address one more time? I'm so sorry. I didn't the first 12 times.
Not a problem. Eric, E-R-I-C, dot Salazar, S-A-L-A-Z-A-R, at travelxm, like experiencemanagement.com. It's
Yeah,
written right there. There we
I
go.
also
Thank
put it in the chat, Eric.
Me
Yeah,
too.
you did as well. Yep.
Excellent. Eric.Zalazar at travelxm.com. Hope you just save it on your favorites. All right, save it on your favorites, and please, any question that, let's say we end this masterclass today, oh my God, I just remember a question I had for the Costa Rica team, and just don't hesitate in sending me an email with either question it is, even whatever question is important. Of course, the questions that we're sharing here are shared by everybody, and you're hearing responses of things that possibly you were, oh, I was thinking about that, right? So it's so important to keep this line of communications. My WhatsApp number also will be sent to you via email on a QR code that you can just scan the QR code, and you can immediately enter to WhatsApp and write to me anytime between 7 in the morning EST to 11 p.m. EST. We are always responsive on our travel agents. We want you to get this communication line straight. Exactly. As I was actually trying to get Mike your link to this meeting, we got an issue with the other link. I was sending you to register again, and so we apologize for that. I know you came in late because of that, because of our link was broken. Exactly.
Better late than never.
Thank you. Any other question, my friends? How to say you're okay? I'm fast at responding. Excellent. Thank you. You want to bring some more of that, Greg? Your experience with this?
No, I just, even for the quote, you were able to, I had something that was, they were going to be traveling in like 3 weeks. So it was quick to put together, and basically you responded to me with everything I sent to you within 24 hours, and, got the customer all set up, and any questions I had, basically you were there on an email. Probably within 10-15 minutes, I was getting an answer back for the customers there. So it just made me look good on my end, that I could, if I had any questions or any concerns, anything that was going to go on, that I could reach out and get that quick answer for them. And so I just appreciated it.
Thank you. Well,
Thank
Sarah,
you.
yes, you have to go. I wanted to show you just the last thing I wanted to share with you was the type of flyers that we're trying to develop here. I'm trying to look for them right now. Exactly. As per all of you spending time here on this meeting, I wanna thank you for joining. I want to thank you for being exactly on time, and also I want to encourage you to keep on this communication prompt, responsive. Our marketing materials are on the way, as you just reply back to our emails. Travel agent form. There is several of these flyers we want to send to you with your information: family vacations, adrenaline, and Golden Senior. It's actually an area we're moving on as well. We have quite a vast experience in managing, working with the adventure passive travelers. You know, they don't want to over 60s, and of course the family trips as well. Luxury travel is also a key to us, but also we can do anything from the 3.5 star all the way to the 5+ and rental villas.
We are even started doing weddings. Like we have our weddings coming up next year.
Correct. Excellent. Well, as per now, my friends, I want to let you go on your busy day and agenda. I want to thank you so much for joining our TravelXM Costa Rica second of the 2024 masterclass. And of course, keeping communications. Greg, I'll see you on the 5th of August, a couple of weeks, less than that. Kara, thank you so much as well. Bonnie, Tanya, and Angie. I'll be talking to you over email on this quote that we have for you. Dawn, Kara, Stephen, thank you so much. Tiffany as well, Richard, Stephanie, and Bonnie, Tabitha, Helen, Greg, Pavan, Kyle, and Robert from Cruise Planners. Thank you so much for joining. And Suman, thank you so much for the support.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Pura vida.
Bye bye. Pura vida.